Some new relief could be on the way for local restaurants affected by the pandemic.
To the tune of a $55 billion bill passed by the House of Representatives. $42 billion of that bill will replenish the Restaurant Revitalization Fund. Since the pandemic began, millions of restaurants and bars have faced major struggles or even closed down altogether. Emma Henderson shows you how this will impact us here locally.
Sarita's bar is buzzing as people enjoy a nice wine or cocktail after a long week's work. The restaurant now regularly fills with reservations, while a short time ago, owner and head chef Anthony Romano was battling COVID restrictions to keep afloat, until getting a grant through the federal government's Restaurant Revitalization Fund.
It was like tears of joy. Are you kidding me? It was a huge relief because, it was tight. I was living a little bit on plastic and playing the plastic game to make things go.
He was far from alone, and the National Restaurant Association estimates that 90,000 restaurants either temporarily or permanently closed due to COVID. And last year, sales were down by $65 billion compared to 2019.
Even the best chain restaurants are generally making, 7 to 10% profit. So we're making pennies on the dollar. And, you generally make it up by volume of sales. So all these poor restaurants that have struggled, this is going to be a huge relief for them.
Romano says Sarita's rallied, and they had their most successful year in 2021 and wants to keep the momentum going. He's hopeful this round of relief grants will help restaurant owners who are in the same position as he was last year. As for struggles he faces now, there's one main issue: staffing, which has caused him to have to close 1 day a week.
We're trying to, by the beginning of May, to finally go back to 7 days, but staffing has been the biggest issue.
Still a concern, but much more manageable now that the restaurant is back at full capacity. And Romano is not alone in those staffing concerns. The National Restaurant Association says there are 1 million fewer people working in restaurants right now than there were before the pandemic in 2019.
Yeah,
Laura?
an issue for so many restaurants here locally. Emma, thank you so much.